Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, we're going to make a nice cuppa. Let's get rolling. Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be playing A Nice Cuppa. It is a upcoming Kickstarter game from Button Shy Games. On this channel, I've previously played The Last Lighthouse, Ugly Griffin Inn, and Food Chain Island from the same series. So this is a solo-only game using 18 cards. This is a preview copy, but I've had the opportunity to play it a few times and I enjoy it. So let me show you how it works. There's two parts to this. We're going to be brewing a cup of tea. And there are 7 steps to that, beginning with select a tea and ending with sip and enjoy. So we're going to start by shuffling up these cards. They are two-sided. The top side in color is in focus, and the back side in sort of a sepia is distracted. And so what we're trying to do in this game is make a cup of tea and enjoy it while managing various distractions. So these are shuffled. I'm going to lay out these 7 cards in the random order. So over a number of rounds, we're going to try and put these cards in order, and we're going to try and keep them on the focus side. And then there are 10 distraction cards. So we have work, politics, financial, technology, existential, house, academic, aging, commute, and health. So we're going to shuffle these up as well. And you randomly use 7 of these, and you discard the last 3 without looking at them. So every game is going to be a little bit variable. Okay, that's good. So we're going to put these face down, one beneath each of the T cards. All right, so these 3 are out. So I'll give you a brief overview. Each round, we're going to pick any one of these face down worry cards. We're going to flip it over, and then from left to right, each of these worry cards is going to have sort of a task that we have to perform on this top row of cards. And so we're going to resolve them from left to right. And after we've done that, any of these T cards that is above a face-up worry card, we're going to flip it over to its opposite side. After we've done that, any face-up worry card that's beneath a focused T card, we can remove from the game. And then there's an optional final step. You may choose to pick any adjacent pair of T cards and swap them. And we're just going to keep on repeating those steps until we reach the end of the game. And at that point, we will score points for wherever in this line card number 1 is. We'll score for 1, and then every sequential card after that. So 1, 2, if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, we would score for 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll get to scoring at the end. The theoretical point range in this game, when you score, the lowest possible score would be -6, and the highest would be 14. So I've played 3 times. The first time I played, I think I scored about a 2. The second time was about a 7, and the third time was at 13. So I feel like I've gone through the learning curve a little bit, but there's definitely a lot of variability, and I would not say I'm an expert yet. So I am going to start, I like to start, I think, with the rightmost card, and then work my way this way, because then I kind of always know what the last step is going to be. So you'll see as we go. So let's flip over this card, and it is health. So now that I flipped a card over, we need to resolve all of the worry cards that are face up from left to right. So obviously it's just going to be this one. And this one was actually the only one that I had a question about. So I asked the publishers who asked the game designer for me. This card says you must swap an odd numbered card with an even numbered card. And I wasn't sure if the numbers meant the steps, so 3, 5, 1, 4, the number printed on the card, or if it meant their place in line, wherever they happen to be right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is the former. It is the printed number on the card. So I did verify that. So I need to swap an odd numbered card with an even numbered card. So I think I will swap this 5 and this 2. So that gets them both into the correct spot. Okay. Now the next step is every T card above a face-up worry card we flip over. So that is this one here. So this one is now on the distracted side. The next step is every worry card that is below a focused T card gets removed. So the only face-up worry card is below a distracted T card right now. So this does not get removed. This is going to remain in play. And then optionally, I can choose a pair of T cards to swap them. And I think I will. I think I will swap the 3 and the 2 just to get them numerically in the right place. And now the next round begins. So I'm going to choose to flip over this card here. Aging. So now we're going to resolve these from left to right. So this one says swap a pair with another pair. And so a pair is any 2 adjacent T cards. So why don't I swap this pair and this pair? I don't know if it makes a big difference, but it at least gets the one at the beginning. So now I've resolved this, and now I need to resolve this one, swap an odd numbered card with an even numbered. And I want to swap these two. The reason being is because the next step is to flip over every T card above a worry card. So this one and this one, this flips back over. So now in this step, I can remove a worry card, or I can remove all worry cards beneath focus T cards. So this card goes away. This worry is gone now. So that's one less thing I have to manage. And now I still know no matter what I do, I will end by swapping an odd and an even numbered card. So I can always swap these two with each other to get them back in order. But I'll probably want this here so that when I flip it over, it'll get removed. So let's see what the next card is. I'm going to continue to go from right to left. Politics. This says to choose a pair. So I need 2 adjacent cards. Move the left card to the left end of the line and the right card to the right end of the line. And I find this one to be the most challenging. This one's difficult, and we're going to have to do this one first because we're resolving from left to right. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to pick this pair that's all the way to the side. So I move the right card, that's number 6, all the way to the right end, which it is where it is. And I move the left card of the pair all the way to the left side of the line. So the 7's in a bad spot, but the 6 is where I want it. And now I can swap an odd numbered card with an even numbered card. So I'll swap this 4 and this 3. That kind of gets the both of those cards closer to their correct position. And now we flip over T cards above worry cards. And now we remove worry cards above focus T cards. So health, this one goes away. And now we can choose a pair of T cards and swap them. And I'm going to choose this pair and swap them. Because if I swap these and then perform politics on these two, it'll actually get them right where I want them. So thinking ahead a little bit, I think I'll be in good shape. So let's flip over this one next. Commute. Swap any 2 cards that are not a pair. So swap any 2 cards that are not adjacent. So I think I'm going to swap 2 and 5. Mostly because I just want to keep 4 where it is in the timeline. And then we'll do politics next. So choose a pair. I'll choose this pair. Move the left card to the left end of the line and the right card to the right end of the line. And then everything slides down. Now we flip over the T cards above worry cards and remove any worry cards below a focus T card. I'm continuing to go right to left. Academic. Move a group of 3 to another spot in the line. I'm going to take this group of 3 and move it down 1. And my hope, what I'm trying to do is get the 2 above this politics card because I'm really having a hard time with this one. I want it to go away. So now I'll resolve this politics card next. I'll choose this pair to keep the 1 where it is and move the 3 to the end, which then allows the 2 to fall above the politics card. So I flip these over, and now this one can be removed so I don't have to deal with it anymore. Let's not change the strategy midway. I'll flip this one next, and I've really got to start getting these cards in order. So financial, move a pair to another spot in the line. So let's take this pair, 2 and 7, and move it here. So we slide these down because that at least gets 1 and 2 into sequence. And now after resolve academic, move a group of 3 to another spot in the line. Let's take this 7, 6, 5 and move it to the end. So these will slide down. So I've at least got it closer to the correct sequence now. And now we have to flip these 2 over, and I am unable to remove any cards. So going into this round, we're going to reveal the only worry card that's left. This time it is House Worries. So it says to choose the leftmost or rightmost card in the line and move it to the other end. I think I will select card 1 and move it to the other end. And I hope I can get it back, or else I'm going to score terribly. So let's move this pair, 3, 7, to here, so I have at least 2 and 3 are adjacent. So I was moving a pair to another spot in line, and now I've got to move a group of 3 to another spot. So let's take this group of 3 and put it at the beginning. So it's going to go here, everything else slides. And now we flip over this card, and this card, and so this goes away. So now there is no worry card to flip over, so that means we're entering the final round. So we're going to resolve the rest of the steps, and then we'll go ahead and score. So we start with this leftmost card. You can choose the leftmost or rightmost card in the line and move it to the other end. I think I will move the 6 to the end. So moving the leftmost to the rightmost spot. And then I need to move a group of 3 to another spot in the line. So I will take this group of 3 and move it over 1 spot so I can at least get 1, 2, 3, 4 lined up. Now we flip over this card and this card. This is removed, and I've sort of forgotten that I can optionally choose a pair of cards to swap them. I'm not going to do that now. So the game is at its end, so we're going to total up our score. So we start with card number 1, and then we go in sequence until the sequence is broken. So we have card 1, 2, 3, 4, and all other T cards are considered discarded. So of these 4 cards, we have 2 that are in focus. Those are worth 2 points each, so we're up to 4. The distracted T cards are worth 1 point each, so that brings us up to 6, and we have 1 worry card remaining, so we lose 1 point for that, so our total score is 5 in this game. So that's an okay score. I feel all right about it for only having played this a few times, but I know I can do better. So I'm going to play one more time, and this time I'm going to go a little bit quicker. So this will be a second playthrough. That's so you can, again, watch it. And just for a little variation, these are the worry cards we use. This time I'm going to shuffle them up and remove 3 of them from the game now, so that the 3 we did not see in the first game will definitely be in here somewhere. But I won't know where or which one. So we'll remove these 3, bring the other 3 in, and just give them a quick shuffle. Okay, and we'll shuffle these a little bit. That should be pretty good. 7, 2, 3, 6, 4, 1, 5, and we can straighten these out. And here are 7 worries. And just for fun this time, I'm going a little off screen, huh? Just for fun this time, I will bounce around a little bit on the worry cards because I have not necessarily found an optimal strategy either. So let's start right in the middle. Let's start here. So this worry card is work. Choose a group of 3, swap the first card and the last card of that group. I'm going to choose this group of 3 here and swap the 1 and the 6 because they kind of both need to go that direction. So we'll flip this over. There's no worry to remove. Do I want to swap 2 adjacent cards? Yes, let's swap these 2 to get that 4, 5, 6. That's a nice line. And let's do this one next. Academic, move a group of 3 to another spot in the line. So let's take these 3 and put them here. And now we resolve work. Choose a group of 3, swap the first and the last. I'm going to choose these 2, or these 3, and swap these, which then causes these to flip and causes this to go away. Now I can swap 2 adjacent cards, and I think I'll swap the 4 and the 5. So now we'll flip over, let's say this one, technology. So swap a pair with a single card to the left or right of that pair. So just for example, if I selected this pair, I could swap these 2 with card 1 or with card 6. But we have to start from the left. So first, move a group of 3 to another spot in the line. Well, I would very much like to move this 1, 2, 3 to the beginning. like so. And if I can manage to keep that 5 where it is, that would be great. And I can, but it'll involve messing up this 1, 2, 3, but that's okay. I'm going to take this pair and swap it with the card to the right. So now we flip these. This goes away, and I can choose to swap any 2 adjacent cards, and I will swap these 2. So now let's go to this one here under card number 1. Health. Swap an odd-numbered card with an even-numbered card, and that's what we need to do first. So let's swap this odd and this even, 6 and 7, and then move a group of 3 to another spot in the line. And I think I'll take this group of 3 and move it to this spot. So I shifted them all down. Now we flip over these 2 cards. This one goes away, and I can choose to swap any 2 cards that are in a pair. So let's move the 7 and the 4. That seems good. There are times when you may want to skip that step, but usually it's like a free action, so there's almost always something you can do with it. Let's flip this one over next. Politics. Oh man, I hate this one. Choose a pair, move the left card to the left end of the line and the right to the right end of the line. But of course we start with this one. So we're going to swap an odd-numbered card and an even-numbered card. So let's switch the 1 and the 4. That's an odd and an even. And then to resolve politics, we're going to select a pair. Let's select this pair. The leftmost card goes to the left end of the line. The rightmost card goes to the right end of the line. So that gets those where we want them. Now we flip these, and this one goes away. So I think we're in pretty decent shape. Let's do this one next. House worries. Choose the leftmost or rightmost card in the line and move it to the other end. Well, this is going to make some things tough. It's a pretty potent combination. So I will move 1 to the other end. So these all slide down 1. And now I have to resolve this one. So I'm going to take this pair and shoot these to the ends. So it slides there. These slide here. So that at least allows me to now get rid of the politics card. But it does hurt my scoring prospects with this 1 to 7. That's not good. So now I can swap cards in a pair if I choose. So I guess I'll swap the 4 and the 5, at least get them in order. And now I'm going to flip over this last worry card, existential worries. So choose the leftmost or rightmost pair in the line and swap the cards of that pair. So we're starting with house worries. And I feel like this is going to be rough. Let's take the leftmost card and move it to the right end. So these all move down 1. Okay, and then these will flip. These will stay, and then I can make 1 swap. This is going to be rough. I'm going to swap these 2 as we go into the final round. So there's no worry card to flip, so we just resolve again. So I'm going to take the leftmost card and shift it to the right side. And now I'm going to choose the rightmost pair and swap those cards. Now we, oh boy, flip these, and there is nothing to remove. And now I can choose to swap 2 cards, and I better choose these 2. This is going to be abysmal. So my sequential cards starting with 1 is just 1 and 2. So the rest of these do not score. I have 2 distracted cards, so they're 1 point each. I lose 1 point for each of the remaining worries, so I have a score of 0. That is my worst score yet. I cannot end on that note. So we're playing one more game, which I'm happy to do because I rather like it. A little ironically, because I really, really, really don't like tea. I don't like hot tea. I don't like sweet tea. I don't like unsweet tea. I don't like iced tea. I don't like tea in any form. When I play this game, I pretend it's coffee. Because when I was in kindergarten, we're going to go in the Wayback Machine, and we were learning the alphabet. Every day of class was dedicated to a different letter of the alphabet, and we would do something associated with it. On Tea Day, we had a snack of Teddy Grahams, which are, for those who might not know, little bear-shaped, honey graham, I guess, cookies. and hot tea. I don't know what kind of tea it was, but it was hot tea. So we had tea and Teddy Grahams, and I went home that night and was just violently ill. I got really sick. And I eventually got over it on the Teddy Grahams, I guess, but I never recovered on the tea. And to this day, I don't drink tea of any kind, at least on purpose. So let's try this again. And I feel like I like starting from the right, so I'm going to do this again. Move a pair to another spot in the line. Let's move this pair. Might as well get the one towards the beginning, right? All right, now let's, do I want to flip any adjacent cards? You know, the 2 and the 7 seems sensible to me. Let's do this now. Aging, swap a pair with another pair. Ooh, 5 and 6 with 2 and 3. I like that. And then move a pair to another spot in the line. Let's put 6 and 7. Ooh, yeah, let's put 6 and 7 at the end. And now we have to flip these. We don't remove any worry cards. But, you know, I think that's okay right now to have more distracted ones, because then as I have more worries, I have more cards I can use to eliminate them. So that's not the worst thing. And now, yeah, I do want to swap an adjacent pair. How about 5 and 4? Oh, no, even better than that. Let's do 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3 are very close to the correct sequence. And now I'll flip over this worry card. Commute. Swap any 2 cards that are not a pair. Well, how about this 5 and this 6? We'll swap these 2. Now swap a pair with another pair. How about these 2 pairs like this? And finally, move a pair to another spot in the line. Let's move this pair to this spot. Now watch this. All 3 of these flip over. And now all 3 of these go away. And then let's swap these 2. So that looks really good. Okay, let's keep going. Academic, move a group of 3 to another spot in the line. Let's move this group of 3 to here. It seems like I can control that damage a little bit. This flips over, and now I can swap any 2. Let's see if I can get the 4 back in the right direction. Flip over this one next. Ooh, choose the right or leftmost and move it to the other end. I don't like that. That's a tough one. So I'm going to move the 1 to the rightmost spot, leftmost card to the rightmost spot. And then for academic, move a group of 3 to another spot. I'm going to take this group of 3 and move it here. Great. Now these 2 flip. Don't remove any worries. And do I want to swap 2 cards? I think I'll swap the 4 and the 6. So next turn we'll go here. Work. Choose a group of 3. Swap the first and the last card in the group. Well, we'll take this group of 3 and swap first and last. Then we must choose the left or rightmost card and move it to the other side. Let's take the leftmost card here and move it to the other side. And then move a group of 3 to another spot in the line. Let's take this group of 3 and move it to this spot. Then we flip, 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 remove all of these. And now I can swap any 2 cards that are in a pair, and let's do these 2. That's looking pretty good right now. Let's see what this last worry card's going to do. Existential. Choose the leftmost or rightmost pair in the line and swap the cards of that pair. Well, let's pick the leftmost pair and swap these 2. Now we flip this over, and now I can choose to swap 2 cards that are in a pair. So let's swap these 2. And now we go into the final round because there's not another worry card to flip over. So again, we choose the leftmost or rightmost pair in the line and swap the cards in that pair. So let's do the rightmost this time. We'll swap these 2. Now we flip this over, which means this goes away. And then again, I can swap 2 cards that are consecutive or in a pair. So let's do these 2. And now it's time to score. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So I just missed it with these two, but they are all focused. So I was pretty close. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points. And then I have no worry cards to subtract out. So I have a total score of 10 out of 14. That's pretty good. If I had only managed to swap these two, I would have had a perfect score. So that's a better note to end on. So this is A Nice Cuppa. And it's a nice game. I like it, despite my childhood tea trauma. So my understanding is this is going to be coming to Kickstarter soon, so keep an eye out for that if you like these button-shy wallet games. Again, this game was provided to me by the publisher, and if you're interested, you can go to tablefor1.games and look at the section for publishers to see how I interact with publishers, because I do want to be transparent about that, but the highlights are I'm not monetarily compensated for this video. I retain full editorial control, and I only make videos for games that I enjoy. So if there's a publisher that sends me something and it's not my cup of tea, I will just not make the video. So I will always maintain that policy, and I want you to feel comfortable with that. So that is it for this episode of Table for One. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're still here and you like what you see, there's bound to be more like it. So please hit the subscribe button and like this video. I always appreciate that. And yeah, absolutely leave comments. I want to know what you think. And I hope you have a relaxing week. Thank you for watching Table for One. I'll see you in the next video.